A very good afternoon and welcome everyone to Realstar's 20th anniversary celebration. Thank you for taking the time to share our joy as Realstar celebrates 20 years since they started the journey. To date, they have brokered more than $10 billion worth of landed property transactions. And they couldn't have done it without the support from each and every one of you, particularly our specially invited guests by Serene, Jesse, William, Kaylin, and of course, our sponsors. So thank you to Central Group of Companies, Link THM Group, 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻, Pinnacle Assets Group, JVA Venture, Leong Chua and Wong Advocates and Solicitors, 𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐿 and Partners, Photo 88, and Property Guru. So here's what you're going to expect this very exciting day. Founder of Realstar, William Wong, will share about the Realstar journey and give you a sneak peek into the future trend for good class bungalows and luxury properties. Award-winning architect, Mr. Edmund Ng, to have a conversation about architecture for landed properties. And we also have guest speaker, Mr. 𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐿, founder and managing partner of law firm 𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐿 and Partners. He will share about the impact of family offices on the luxury property market in Singapore. Also, we have exclusive introduction to Realstar's very own application, Star App, by Jasmine and Eileen, and live band entertainment by Ruby and Jacob from the Char Siew Baos. And prepared specially for you, for specially invited guests, you would have received a celebratory pack. Mixologist Ethel from Kiki's Reserve will mix the drinks with you, and you can kick back and enjoy the rest of the evening. Last but not least, a lucky draw where winners will walk away with wine sets from Realstar or hand-picked art pieces, proudly sponsored by the leading contemporary art gallery, 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻. So if you are ready, ladies and gentlemen, come with me. Let's start with a clip that marks the milestones Realstar has achieved over the past 20 years. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's a very impressive track record by Realstar. Now, before I introduce you the man who made it all happen, and he's already here, I would like to share that with all the success Realstar has achieved, they have also never failed to give back to society. So this time round, any funds raised during this celebration will go towards helping single parents who often feel alone in their journey. Now, more information can be found on registered charity platform, Ray of Hope. You can access the Giving Circle for single parents through the QR code below. So right now, to the man of the hour, Mr. William Wong, and sitting right here. William is the founder of Realstar Premier Group, author of The Absolute Guide to Begin on Your Billion-Dollar Challenge Quest, and a thought leader who has been featured several times by national papers for its insights into the luxury property market. Let's welcome William. Hello.
Thank you, Jeremy.
William, how are you today?
I'm great.
Great. Okay, I know this is kind of like not on the script, but how do you feel, right, when you watch the video earlier? I mean, this is 20 years of your achievement of your company, you know?
Kind of a mixed feeling. I felt I'm getting old. 20 years in operation. Wow.
Right. Okay, so 20 years, like you mentioned, you know, many companies wouldn't have made it to 5 or even 3 years. Especially in real estate, where it's very uncommon for a small setup to last 20 years. So what's your secret formula behind Realstar's longevity?
20 years is a long time for a company to be in operation. I'm blessed indeed. Much credit goes to our clients who have supported us over the years. Also to my fellow colleagues who have stood by me despite all challenges. And not forgetting our business partners who have collaborated with us all this while. A big thank you to all. Without you guys, Realstar would not have come so far. In the real estate industry, you either compete based on the size of the company, the number of agents you have, or you compete based on the unique skill set or the expertise that differentiate you from the rest of the competitors. We decided more than a decade ago that we do not want to compete on the numbers. Neither do we want to, because we are pretty selective in who we want to bring on board. So during then, we make a collective decision to focus on the lender arena. And we wanted to be the best we could be and to be the #1 lender player in Singapore. Over the years, there are pretty number of distractions. We have been approached numerous occasions by developers to diversify into commercial, to diversify into industrial, or even condominium and penthouse. But we chose not to be diluted because we believe that in any breakthrough, you need to have a laser focus. And that's the reason why, to date, we are still focusing very much on landed property. Now, we are small. All right, compared to many of the big guys who have 7,000 or 8,000 over agents. But the irony here is that we are relatively big compared to our competitors, who could be a one-man show or could be a team of landed agents. Now, if I were to use a handphone as an example, all right, if you were to buy a handphone, it's either Apple or Samsung.
That seems to be.
Likewise, I choose to believe that Realstar is Bungalow. Bungalow is Realstar.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for the answer. And I think, you know, that's a very honest reflection, right, of where Realstar has come to today. But the question, so you guys are selling mostly high-ticket items, a minimum value ranging from 3 million plus all the way to 200 plus million. Now, if I have a property license, can I just join a company, or is there a selection criteria?
You definitely have the cutting to be one of us.
Oh, that's a huge compliment. Thank you very much.
We are blessed to be able to serve the top 5% of the nations. Individuals who are very successful either in their business or in their profession. To be able to service this segment of customers, we need our sales consultant to have a very good service mindset, to understand the needs of the customer well, and also to have the good soft skill to build a meaningful relationship with the customers. Years of experience is not important for us because customers at this level do not really bother who you are. They are more interested to know whether how much you care for them. Are you attentive to their needs? Are you attentive to their small little details? While other agencies are recruiting in numbers, here in Realstar, we are doing the reverse. Why do I say that? We have rejected as many applicants as we have accepted because we believe in selective recruitments. Not all the candidates have the right attributes to serve this segment of customers. And not only that, the people that we bring in, they have to fit into the cultures and values of the company.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. I think paying attention to customers, little details, I think that makes perfect sense. And you guys have brokered also more than $10 billion worth in landed properties. And that's easily close to 2,000 units of landed. Almost every street there is at least one landed brokered by the company. So going forward, what's the personal future and vision for Realstar?
We have invested extensively over the years on the IT apps that allows our sales consultants to effectively serve the customers. For example, if the customers are on site with any of our sales consultants, they can effectively see almost all the landed properties as for sale within a 1 kilometer radius, which later on my colleagues Jasmine and 𝐬𝐿𝐿 will be doing a demo. I'm confident that the IT apps is the best in the industry right now. And nevertheless, we will not rest on our laurels. We will continue to invest and we continue to make it even better. We have actually completed the new apps that allows our sales consultants to advise our customers, especially the developers, on what are the return on investment on any new plot of land that they purchase. In the pipeline is also the AI dialogue chat that we are implementing. This allows the salespeople on site to be able to converse with the AI, such that they are able to inquire on any information pertaining to the properties, whether they're driving or whether they're on site with the customers. We are also investing extensively on social digital marketing, and we'll be moving from the traditional marketing to social digital marketing, plus our in-house videography and drone department. Last but not least, we'll be looking into more collaboration with vendors who provide complementary services that add values to our customers.
I like the way you talk about digitization. I think that's the only way to go, right, into the future. Can you also further explain why the landed market was so hot for the year 2020? And I'm learning this like first time, right? Like what was your forecast this year in terms of prices and the volume of transactions?
To understand why is the landed market performing so well last year, in fact, it has gone up by as much as 30% in terms of the total sales value for the GCB market. We have to understand the landed demographic. There are only about 10,800 bungalows in Singapore right now, and out of which 2,500 are good class bungalows. This number stays almost the same for the past decade without any changes at all. And precisely the reason behind it is that because the government will never release any land parcels for redevelopments into bungalows freehold. So if a buyer is going to buy a bungalows in whichever district, they are only able to find it within the resale market, which means that the supply is always limited and the demand is always there. So limited supply, strong demand. That explains the reason why the landed market is so hot last year. And coupled with the low interest rate and not much risk in terms of you owning an asset, which is landed property in Singapore, and I foresee that the volume of transactions will easily increase by 20% this year. And the price-wise will appreciate by at least 5 to 7%.
Right. That sounds like a very promising year in 2021, right? So why is there a surge in demand for good class bungalows and what is happening in the GCB market right now?
If you are on site right now, on the field, you realize that there's actually a surge of ultra PR residing in Singapore. Some of them are renting, some of them are in search of the good class bungalows while waiting for their citizenship. And on top of that, the EDB actually launched a fast-track PR scheme in March last year. And what it means here is that companies who have an annual revenues of 200 millions are allowed to relocate and to obtain their PR here. So imagine some of these high-tech companies relocating to Singapore. The business owner came here together with a key executive. And in a matter of time, in the 1 to 2 years down frame, many of these will be getting their citizenship. So the mindset of these people, the newly minted citizens, once they get their citizenships, the first thing in mind is to own a land. And they are not only getting the 15,000 square feet good class bungalow land, they are looking for a bigger plot, 20,000, 30,000, or even more. And a good example here, for GCBs there's 100 millions and above. We used to have about 2 or 3 interested parties, probably looking at this kind of price range. But now we have seen a 3-fold increase. Imagine 100 million good class bungalows. There are about 8 to 10 of these potential buyers interested to purchase. So right now, and with the new citizens coming in, to them the price premium and the price here is not high in comparisons as compared to our local citizens, which we always think that, okay, the price may be too high for them. So these are the phenomena right now. And in the Prime GCB, we are looking at cases where even for old house, we are talking about more than 2,000 per square feet, just on the land. So this is what's happening in the GCB market, and I foresee that the demand is going to be very high. In fact, there's a very limited supply in terms of the Prime GCB at this point in time. So GCB transaction, likewise, will increase by at least 20%. Price-wise, may have actually gone up by 7 to 10% this year.
That sounds like an extremely attractive proposition to go into the industry, frankly, William. So for someone who is looking to invest in a landed property, what will be your personal advice for them?
If you talk about investment, it can be whether it's local, whether overseas, it can be any other property type, not just necessarily landed properties. I will only, to me here is that there are 3 very important criteria that unless they are being met, otherwise I would not have invested in any of this. What are the 3 criteria? I think the first criteria is the stability of the nation or the economies. I think this is self-explanatory, all right? The second criteria is, what I'm looking at is there a secondary market? What do you mean by secondary market? Ask ourselves this question here is that, will the local buy? If the locals are not interested to buy, and it only depends on the international market, then there's a high risk in it. A very good example, if you look at our neighbors, 𝐬𝐴 projects. I don't think they are doing that well. And the main reason why they're not doing that well here is that if you ask any of the locals, any of the Malaysians, would they even consider investing in any of the 𝐬𝐴 projects? More often than not, the answer is no. All right? So there isn't a secondary market in that. And the third criteria is what I call the supply and demand. As long as anything that's limited in supply, when the demand is strong, there's only one way out, which is the price will escalate over time. So let's come to the landed investment, all right? So landed properties, basically here is the price I set in Singapore. If I were to invest in a landed properties, what would be my criteria, all right? First thing first, locations here plays an important part. It's still about locations. And in Central District 9, 10, and 11, there are certain segments within these districts that has high demand. Likewise, for the East, District 15 and 16. All right? And places that high demand are places like in Damba, Frankham, and those in the Katong area. So last but not least, in fact, the other criteria that I'm looking at landed is the characteristic of the land. That's to say that what is the shape of the land, what's the dimension of the land, whether, and the gradient of the land. Whether is it upslope, or whether is it downslope, whether it's above road level, or whether is there any dropping land. So that plays an important part as well. And last but not least, I prefer to look at landed properties which is old, but has a broad frontage. The reason behind it is that some of this property has what we call the redevelopment potential. That means they are able to redevelop into 1, 2, 3, or even 4 smaller landed houses. So that's my evaluation criteria.
That's fantastic. And honestly, viewers out there, as I'm sitting here, I'm learning lots, right? Just kind of by hearing the advice and the answers given by William. And right now, for my final question, with this segment with William, with my final question, right, for you viewers out there, with $8 million as a ballpark, right? With $8 million, what can you buy in Singapore? And what about $15 million?
With 8 millions, and I reckon that you can buy most of the bungalows in the north, some of the bungalows in the east, which is District 15 and 16. Why some of the bungalows and not all the bungalows? Because in District 15 and 16, segments like Dunbar, Frankel, Katong, 8 millions will probably afford a semi-D. All right? With 8 millions in Central District, you should be able to buy a reasonable good semi-D, which is well renovated. But you will not be able to afford a bungalows in the Central District. With 15 million, it's a little bit short to buy a GCB, a good class bungalows, because good class bungalows, the entry level is about 20 millions. 15 millions, you can buy almost most of the bungalows in the north and in the east, and good enough bungalows ranging from 6,000 to 8,000 square feet in the Central District.
Thank you very much for your answers, William. Personally, I've been sitting here and I'm just absorbing all that you are sharing today. Really appreciate your session and your learning. So for viewers out there, I hope you have found that insightful for you. So right now, you may need a minute or two to ponder about your next property investment. And while you do so, let us welcome our band, Ruby and Jacob from 𝐻𝐴𝐻𝐵, to set the tone for this evening with some upbeat tunes. Now, Ruby is a singer-songwriter who has released her latest single just last year. So over to you, Ruby and Jacob.
Hi guys,
Hi, I'm Jacob.
I'm Ruby, and we are from the Singapore 𝐻𝐴𝐻𝐵. So huge congratulations to Realstar for 20 successful years in luxury property.
Thanks to all our esteemed clients for joining us this afternoon.
That's right.
And we're going to start the new year with a bright and cheery note.
Yeah. And so this is our first song,
Here's something by Journey. This one's called Don't Stop
Believing. If you know this one, sing along with us.
1, 2, 3, 4. something of a journey.
And now, are you ready to prepare the cocktail that you've received?
Yep, we're going to hand you over to the mixologist right now. So see you guys later with a drink in hand.
See you.
Wow. Well, I hope the music has put you in good spirits. And speaking of spirits, now what's a celebration without a drink? So for specially invited guests by Realstar, I'm sure you have received your celebratory pack by now. So go right ahead and open up the box for your cocktail, a special osmanthus yuzu gin. And I will hand over to Ethel from Kiki's Reserve, and she will mix and shake the cocktail with you. All
Thank
right?
you, Jeremy.
Here you go.
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ethel, and I'm a fairy at Kiki's Reserve. And you must be thinking, who and what is Kiki's Reserve? Just to share with you, we are a cocktail delivery service that delivers bottled cocktails to your doorstep and keeping you in good spirits. We are like a fun and young kind of company that like to experiment with flavors, and we believe that you can always have fun and have a nice drink without having the hassle of making the drinks at the comforts of your home. So I believe you have received a drink that has been delivered to you and is for the real star, which is you. And you should have this awesome cocktail, which is a very fruity and zesty osmanthus yuzu gin that the Realstar team has proudly gifted to you. I'm now going to show you how we can actually play around with this bottle of cocktail and create 3 very different concoctions for you to enjoy the comforts of the home, at your office, or anywhere you are. So actually, just to divulge a little bit more about the history of this drink that we have created, the fun fact is that Kiki's Reserve Yuzu Osmanthus Gin is actually inspired by this Wild Rice play called Grandmother Tongue, which is actually airing right now, and if you are keen, you can go watch it. And it's something that resonates really well with the local taste profile. It's a little bit floral, a little bit fruity and citrusy, and the osmanthus is a floral taste that resonates a little bit like Grandma's Remedy, you know? And the citrus in the yuzu is something that's very popular with Singaporeans and the local Asian market, and it brings out a very nice and bright citrus taste in the cocktails, which creates a very, very balanced drink that you will enjoy at home. So to create a nice cocktail, you can be totally imaginative. You can add elements of the floral of drinks and the flavors from citrus and create cocktails that you like and they are out of this world. So we believe that cocktails should actually be a fun thing that is suited to your palate and obviously keeping you in good spirits, right? So the secret to a good cocktail is actually a very balanced drink that has a very nice alcohol kick to it, but yet at the same time has a nice sweetness and a little bit of citrus to it, which I'll share a little bit more with you. And if you're interested to make more cocktails at home, you can take the recipe that I'm going to share with you. So the golden ratio for cocktail making usually is 2-1-1, which is 2 parts alcohol, 1 part sweetener, and 1 part citrus. However, I find that some customers and clients might find it a little bit sweet. So Kiki's Reserve has come up with a golden ratio of 3-1, which is 3 parts alcohol, 2 parts citrus, and 1 part 1 part sweetener. So it gives you a more punchier taste, a more alcoholic drink, and it can be easily diluted or shaken to create more jazz, you know, and make it more fun for you at home when you drink. So think of the alcohol as a gin or vodka, so you can actually create a very perfect whiskey sour. 45 whiskey, 30 lemon, 15 sugar, you'll create a beautiful whiskey sour shaken with egg white. So you can think of sugar as flavored sweeteners. It doesn't have to be simple syrup. It could actually be passion fruit syrups. It could be infused roselle syrups. You can make anything you want to create the flavors for the cocktail. And for the citrus, I will always recommend using lemon juice or lime juice that's freshly squeezed, triple strain, so meaning you will strain it through a strainer 3 times to ensure that there's no pulp and you get a very nice mouthfeel when you drink your cocktail. Okay, so how are we going to pimp up this drink? So I have 3 yuzu osmanthus gin with me right now. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to get fun. We're going to shake it up. Okay, I have all my things ready. So what you need right now is a glass, any glassware you like, even a coffee mug works, you know, whatever suits and whatever rocks your boat. So feel free to join in on the shaking session. So if you have a cocktail shaker, which I do over here, feel free to bring it out. And if you actually do not own one of these, if you go to the gym or if you have a wide mouth water bottle, feel free to use it because this actually works as well. You can shake your drinks out in a large mouth water bottle or a protein shaker. And for everybody at home, you will need an egg white. So I have like an egg here, but I'm not going to use the egg white. So it will be good to use pasteurized egg, but a regular egg will be fine. I'll be using a vegan substitute to create the beautiful foam, which I'll shake up and show you later on. And you can bring out anything that you would like to garnish your drinks with. So I have with me some dehydrated fruits. So these are really fun. You can dehydrate them and you can keep them and you can impress your guests when they come to your house. You can use things like rosemary. You can use things like fresh fruits, anything that you want to make your drink look a little bit classier, a little bit more fun. And I have with me a coupe glass, a martini glass, and a rock glass. So yes, I think I left my rock glass somewhere. So anyways, to keep things simple, if we are going to start shaking it right now, and for beginners, if you don't have the cocktail shakers, that's fine. You can just join in the fun. So we can either use egg whites, in this case, which most of you will have at home, and I would recommend for you to break the egg whites in advance and take the egg yolk out. So for that, you have to ensure that the egg yolk is removed so that when we beat the egg white up, it's almost like baking. You create a beautiful meringue, a beautiful foam that you taste in the cocktail bar, such as whiskey sours and gin sours. These egg whites have to be shaken and aerated, and it will create a beautiful velvety mouthfeel. And if you're second guessing, you should actually get off your seat right now and go get the egg whites. I promise it will be worth it. Okay, so now we're going to do the fun stuff. So traditionally, bartenders, they tend to dry shake, which means they will shake the cocktails without ice first, and then they will add ice, which is the wet shake later on. And they will shake it and to create that beautiful foam that you see. However, 𝐸𝐸's Reserve, for us, we prefer to reverse shake it. So what we will do is we will wet shake first, and then we will dry shake. So which means we'll shake it with ice first, and then we'll shake it without ice after that. And we find that this method is a little bit better with beginners, and if you fail, you can keep shaking it up until you get that beautiful foam without diluting the drink. So just make sure that if you have ice cubes, try to find the ice cubes that are slightly larger, and we don't want to use crushed ice to shake things up because your drink will get very watery, and we don't like watery cocktails. Yeah? Okay, so right now I'm going to just get my cocktail shaker, and I'm going to pour the drink into the cocktail shaker. So if you have this drink at home and you're thinking of what we're going to do with it, the other two will be we're going to drink it straight neat, and the other one we will be adding soda. So this is your opportunity to shake things up if you are interested to join us, okay? So pour the whole bottle into the shaker, or the water bottle that you have at home, okay? And what you're going to do is we are going to add ice, and we want large ice cubes, yeah? So what we're going to do is we are going to put the ice about 3/4. You want more ice inside your shaker because you don't want the ice cubes to start breaking up easily, and you'll create a very, very, very diluted drink. So what we're going to do, very easy. We're not going to do anything fancy. We're just going to aerate it up and down in this motion, and we're going to do it for 12 seconds. Okay, ready? Let's go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you can actually add the egg whites at this stage, or you can add the egg whites before this stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add the substitute at this stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain my liquids out. Okay, and then this time, because the drink is already cold, we don't need to add the ice anymore. So I'm going to throw the ice away. Okay. And I'm going to add my vegan substitute, which is also the egg whites. And you can definitely add 1 egg white right now into the protein shaker or the cocktail shaker. This is a little bit hard to open. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, I got it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a few drops of this. If you guys are interested in this product, you can feel free to ask us via email, Instagram. We will reply you. So just going to add a little bit of the egg white substitute that we have over here. And then I'm going to pour the drink back into the cocktail shaker. And then this time, we're going to shake. Dry shake without the ice. Okay, so now we're going to shake for 8 seconds. Ready? Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, So you want to check if your cocktail is ready, right? So you're going to just double check to see if you like the foam. For me, I think the foam can be a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is you can shake it again. So this is very good for the beginners. If you are not sure how to shake it up, you can aerate it a little bit more by introducing more air and shaking for another 8 seconds. And to make sure that when you pour your drink out, you're going to really impress your guests, okay? So we're going to keep this simple. We're not going to shake it. We're just going to pour it out directly. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. Yes, I think the foam is perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour it out. You can use any glass as mentioned, but I think it's going to be fun if we use this martini glass because it looks a little bit more elegant. It's more elevated. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to pour it out. As you can you see the foam already? So the foam is right there. So usually the shakers do hold a little bit more foam inside, but you can feel free to pour them out. You can strain them. And there you have it. It's a shaken yuzu osmanthus gin. So don't forget that we are going to garnish this with dehydrated fruits or anything that you like. You can even use a straw. You can use anything you like. So for this drink, I think I'm going to use a nice orange. And I'm going to put it right on top. And there you have it. A shaken yuzu osmanthus gin for the Realstar. Okay, so moving on, we'll do something more refreshing. What we're going to do is we're just going to add soda to the drink. I'm going to use a very, very simple coupe glass, okay? So I just want to add a little bit of fizz to this drink. So feel free to join me if you have sodas at home. I would actually recommend using like soda water instead of sweetened soda drinks because adding sweetened drinks will actually add to the overall sweetness of the drink and it may tip the balance of the drink. So perhaps you might want to taste first because to each his own. Sometimes people like it a little bit more sweet. Some people prefer it a little bit less sweet. But for me, I feel like the soda actually adds a very, very nice touch to the drink. So it's very simple. So we're just going to pour the drink out. Okay? So this is really up to you. Okay? If you want to add ice cubes, you can add ice cubes. If you don't want to add ice cubes, that's perfectly fine. Just going to add 1 or 2 ice cubes here, so it looks a little bit more fun. And then just a regular soda that you will get in the supermarkets or online. And just top it up. Okay, see the fizz? That's right, it looks fun already, right? It looks delicious. So this is actually perfect for hot weathers. You can actually use a straw. So you can use a straw to drink it. You can garnish it with fruits or anything you want. And then this is a tall yuzu osmanthus cocktail. Okay, and I'm going to leave it here. This is easy, this is fun, and it's very, very nice and refreshing. So the last drink I'm going to make, of course, it's the classic kind of Kiki's cocktail drink. I need to get my rock glass. Give me a second. And what we're going to do is actually we're just going to pour it out, straight out with ice. This is what we designed the drink for. It is convenient, it's fun, and it's punchy. And it's a very, very easy drink. It is smooth. We use a London dry gin. And you can definitely taste the balance in the flavors. And it's really nice and refreshing and suited for everybody in this weather. Perhaps my glass is in the freezer. Okay, so if you have this, you can definitely just add ice. So you can use a large ice cube. If you want, you can pre-freeze them. You can purchase them. Otherwise, you can feel free to use a nice rock glass. Oh, thank you so much, Jeremy, for the...
This is the empty
Thank you so much.
My guest appearance.
So you can see we frosted and we kept the glass frosted. And it looks really, really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a large ice cube. Okay, you can make this at home. You can make them in advance. And the ice fits perfectly well inside the glass. All you need to do is to pour our drink out. Okay, let it melt a little bit. You can use a bar spoon to stir it up. Let the ice fall a little bit. And then you have a very, very, very nice drink. Very presentable. It's easy. All you need to do is to garnish it. If you have rosemary, you have thyme, feel free. And then there you have it. This is the Kiki's yuzu osmanthus gin straight. So we have the 3 ways of the Realstar yuzu osmanthus cocktail. And I hope you enjoyed the sessions, and thank you so much for having me. Feel free to tag us at Kiki's Reserve on Instagram, and I'm very sure Kiki will repost the stories. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at hello@kikisreserve.com with regards to any of these drinks that you receive, and you have questions, we'll be more than happy to answer you.
Okay, so that looks really fun, and thank you, Ethel. Actually, Ethel, you should thank me for
Thank you for saving my live show.
No problem. I mean, but it happens, right?
Yeah.
So no issues. But thank you, Ethel, for mixing the cocktails with our guests. So right before I invite our very first guest speaker, Mr. Edmund Ng, to speak, I'd like to invite and welcome Ruby and Jacob back with us as you enjoy your drink. And if you've just joined us, the celebration is also raising funds for single parents who are alone in the journey of bringing up their children. So scan the QR code below to find out more about the Giving Circle to show your support. Stay with us as the informational talks with our guest speakers will kick off real soon.
Hi guys, welcome back. This seems like a very fun session.
Hope you guys are enjoying your drinks. And in the meantime, we're gonna bring you one more song. Here's something by
Louis
Armstrong. This one's called
What a Wonderful
World.
Goes out to all of you right there. Sing along with us, okay? I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of a rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands and saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear baby What a wonderful world. Eh, eh. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Eh, eh, eh. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right, that's what a wonderful world goes out to all of you in the house. So, and now, back to the MC, Jeremy, right? And we'll see you guys later for our final set.
Thank you very much, Ruby and Jacob. So coming up, the esteemed speaker we are honored to have with us today is award-winning architect who is no stranger to visionary and impactful designs. He is renowned for his timeless work and is a media darling whose designs have been featured extensively. So let's welcome Mr. Edmund Ng. And he's going to come on the screen. Oh, hello, there you are.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, good
thank
afternoon,
you.
Edmund.
Hi, afternoon.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you for inviting me back for the Realstar 20th anniversary. It's
Yeah.
a big grand occasion.
Yes, and we're really excited to be here, right? And of course, on behalf of Realstar, thank you for joining us. Now, so on the side, I also hear that you have an event to attend to right after this. So, thank you very much.
Yes, yes. So yeah, wow. We still have an event at this stage. Wow, this is something good to look forward to as well, I guess.
Sure, of course, right? Interesting times
Yes.
we live in.
Yes.
Okay, anyway, so Edmund, I've got some questions for you, and I think the audience would be very interested, right, to hear a perspective on certain things. So let's go right into it, right? Firstly, I guess, kind of getting to know you. What really inspires you as an architect, and how have these inspirations materialized in your projects?
I would say that I'm always interested with human culture, history, and that's what makes up the whole world anyway. When we go traveling, we go touring, you look at architecture, whether it's temple, churches, yeah. So architecture has always be with us, whether we are aware or not, and of course, we always embrace good architecture. Yeah, that's why we travel the whole world. You see, it's to say that to travel the 7 seas and climb all mountains, well, other than the wonderful works of God, nature work, then it's about anything else man-made would be architecture. Yeah, I guess.
That's so true. And I think, in architecture, we often see beauty, right? And who doesn't appreciate beauty, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
And which leads me to my next point, right? Architecture, to a lot of people, is a form of art. And in many ways, one can live in art, right? If their houses are built as such. Do you see this as a trend for landed properties in Singapore? If not, what's the current and future trend in your opinion?
Oh, definitely, I agree with you that I think what we are seeing is that a lot of with the greater exposure of Singaporean to the world, they have seen, well, everyone has traveled far-flung places and embraced all different kind of culture. It's almost similar or analogical to, I'll say the history, the start of architecture, which is in Europe. And in those days, during the Enlightenment age, what do? They have the coming of age would be La Grand Tour. All the people will go to Greece and look at the architecture and come back and then recreate them. So I think the Singaporeans are very well traveled lot. We almost everyone is traveling everywhere, all parts of the world, embracing all kind of culture and exposure. So the demand for a house is not merely just a simple shelter anymore, but it is one that I would say even bespoke pieces that speak of their character, their personality, and yeah, it is definitely embracing or gearing towards embracing it like a work of art. Yeah.
You know, the way you talk about travel, I'm like, oh, I think all of us miss traveling so much, right?
Yes, we all miss a bit about not traveling, having travel, but
Yeah.
keep your finger crossed. We might be doing soon, I guess, with
Hopefully,
the vaccine. Yeah.
hopefully 2021 will be better.
Yes,
And
it definitely be better.
oh, it better be. It better be. God
Yes.
help us.
Yes.
But you know, speaking about architecture being art, right? So I suppose if we can travel, we can bring a piece of the art or the architecture back home, isn't it? So on that note, for homeowners, what are some tips you would share with us to turn their house into a piece of art? Or for those who are building new houses, are there any insider tips you could share with us?
I think, yeah, definitely. Embracing art, living together with art, that is actually quite synonymous with what our philosophy about. At least when we are doing our architecture building, yeah, one that embraces art, one that becomes part of an art. Let me maybe share a screen of maybe some past project that we have done that I'll say that has that kind of quality, I hope. Okay,
Sure.
let's
Please
let
go
me
ahead
just
to
share
share your
screen.
screen.
Yes, yes. Okay, what? Okay, okay. Anyway, this is our web page, newly launched web page. This is the first time that I think most people, everyone will be seeing it. We just host it up in conjunction with Realstar 20th anniversary. So this is a
Wow.
brand new web page to explore it, yeah, through and okay, let's go to
Sneak
architecture.
preview for us, huh?
Yes, it's a sneak preview for many people. Yeah,
Fantastic. For all our friends out there for of Real Star, this is a sneak preview for you, eh?
yes, it go on search and search around some of the projects that we have done. I think this is something that I'll say that the house that embraces quite a lot of art, and this art, the house itself, the architecture itself is something like I'll say like a canvas, whereby the art pieces are the one that's standing out. Actually, the house itself is very subtle. You can see that it is just form and lines and shapes without even any windows in a sense. Let's get a sneak preview of the house interior. So this is
Edmund, sorry to interrupt you. Maybe if I could
yes.
ask you to maximize your screen, would that be better?
Yes, let me see. Is that better?
Oh yes, much better. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
yeah, yeah. Okay, this will be wow. Like in the basement, we basically painted almost a white space for all the art pieces to be able to become the highlight rather than architecture. Architecture takes subservient to the art pieces, I would say. Yeah, like in the in the dining room, for example, you can see that this is almost a kind of clean kind of dining spaces. 6 meter long table. Just imagine that these two pieces of art right in front of you has totally, if it's not there, then this whole interior will look kind of blank. You see how important is the art pieces bring out the whole interior of the space itself.
Yep. And I recognize that painting as from Van Gogh, right?
Yes, yeah, right. There's
That's right.
Vincent Van Gogh with
right.
one part of the ears cut off. Yeah, and then this is an example of a living space. Again, you can see that, especially in Singapore, whereby there are no super great view. And while some people do have great view, most of us stays in house where the views are not super. So this is almost a inward-looking project whereby you see that the focus is actually about the art pieces. Like the whole palette of the colors are quite subdued. I'll say almost monochromatic, earthly or black and white tone, with exception of a red sculpture standing on the left side. And then with all the blank walls of concrete, it hangs a almost black and white sketch, huge sketch. And even on the table, you see the kind of the tactile quality of 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿 composition sculpture piece. Yeah. And then this is the other view of the house itself. And you could see that on the picture on the right-hand side, you could see just a beautiful sunlight shining through the space, and what a monochromatic painting on the right side itself. Yeah. Sorry, let me just get out. Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, I think this is bigger picture, I guess. Yeah. This would be better. So yeah, I can see how the art pieces are peppered through the space itself. If just imagine without them, I think it would just be quite a white canvas, I would say. So the house itself can be a white canvas for art object to be projected on. Yeah, look at the rather raw kind of wall, and then with two nice little sculpture, one small 𝐤𝐿 sculpture on the left side, and rather also monochromatic that suit up the whole theme.
Yeah, and I really noticed how, when you add just a couple, say like, an art piece or a sculpture, it really just adds a whole new dimension, right, to the whole interior design of the place. And it almost adds like this nice creative spin on it. So I really appreciate how, you were able to infuse or integrate art into your overall idea. That's really quite good. Really amazing.
Yes. Thank you. So this is just part and parcel of one way of we're incorporating art into the architecture. Of course, we have done project whereby the whole architecture itself is a form of art. Yeah, in that sense.
Absolutely. All right. So I've got one last question for you, and it's going to be a fun one. All right.
Okay.
I hear that you are a great cook. So a fun question: if you could use a dish to describe your style, what dish would it be?
It's a hard question, a tricky question, but I would like to say that it will be the rojak. Why about it is the rojak. I feel that in terms of architecture, what we are doing, architecture has to be contextual. Contextual, that means that it speak about our identity as in this locality, whether it's called Singapore or it's ASEAN. But one dish that embraces all this with would be, I think, the rojak. It's not about being a certain race or a certain religion. It's not about Chinese. It's a dish that's not about Chinese. It's not about, in fact, it's about Chinese. It's about Malay, and it's about Indian as well. Everything all rolled in together, and that what makes this a fun and interesting dish. I would describe our architecture to be.
Absolutely.
Although it may sound negative, like, wow, rojak, that means that mix and match without any coherency. But I think the wonderful aroma and umami of the shrimp paste, you'll agree with me that it's the one that gel out together. So that is how I embrace our architecture to be.
I love it. Wrapping up our conversation here with rojak, and actually you're making my mouth water. I'm going to go for rojak tonight for dinner.
Yeah,
okay.
Try.
That's all the time we have for us. Love talking to you, Edmund. Thank you very much once again for being with us.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for and all. Congratulations again to Realstar for 20 years of great work and awesome, more to come.
All right. Thank you so much, Edmund. Enjoy your event. See you.
Thank you. See you.
Ta-ta. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are going to welcome Ruby and Jacob back for their final set. And do stay on as we have our next guest speaker, Mr. 𝐶𝐚, coming right up to share how family offices impact the luxury property market trend in Singapore. Over to you, Ruby and Jacob.
Hi guys, welcome back. And we hope you're enjoying the celebration as much as we are.
I'm sure it's been a very informative session for you guys, and things will get only more exciting from here.
That's right, and I'm sure everyone is looking forward to the lucky draw at the end of this session.
Where you can win some contemporary art pieces from old to art.
That's right. So meanwhile, we're going to bring you our last song for today. And sing with us. This is something by Ben 𝐸𝐾. It's called stand by me. When the night has come, the land is dark, and the moon is the only light you see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Just stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky look upon should tumble and fall, all the mountain should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, I will shed tears just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Just stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Just stand by me. Stand by me. All right, together. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Just stand by me. Stand by
Come on,
me.
guys.
So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Just stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. All right, so once again, thank you and congratulations to Realstar on their 20th anniversary.
I'm Jacob and this is Ruby.
Yeah, and once again, thanks for having us. And we are from the Singapore 𝐠𝐶𝐭 Powers. And we hope to see you guys soon.
Once again, Happy New Year and
Oh yes, Happy New Year.
wish you guys a very hot year this year.
Yeah, and see you guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Ruby and Jacob again. So right now, we have with us a distinguished guest who will be sharing his expertise as a lawyer on how family offices will impact the luxury property market in Singapore. So let's welcome Mr. 𝐸𝐴𝐵 Teck, the founder and managing partner of 𝐸𝐴𝐵 Teck & Partners. 𝐸𝐴𝐵 Teck & Partners is also a proud sponsor of our event today. Hello, Mr. Sim. I see you on the screen.
Hey, Jeremy. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. And I want to offer my heartiest congratulations to William and Realstar on their 20th anniversary. I've known William for more than 20 years. I think he has done remarkably well together with Realstar the last 20 years. And once again, heartiest congratulations for, I think, a fantastic job.
Thank you. And of course, on behalf of Realstar, I also like to thank you very much for your kind sponsorship and taking time off your schedule to share more with our guests today. And maybe if I can just one request, Mr. Sim, if you could just hold the mic maybe a bit closer, because I think I'm hearing you.
Okay, sure. Let's hold the mic a little bit closer. Okay.
This is much better. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, welcome to the age of virtual calls, right?
Thanks for having me. Yes.
No problem. Okay, so we have 10 minutes, and I would like to talk about family offices in Singapore. And again, that's something that's popped up, right, in 2020, 2021. Why are so many foreigners or even Singaporeans asking about setting up family offices in Singapore?
I think, first and foremost, I think the single family office scheme is actually a scheme under the MAS, right? So currently we have schemes by the MAS which actually encourages high net worth families to relocate here and basically use Singapore as a base to set up their family office, manage their wealth, and in the process they give the family office tax exemptions. Right, it's a very attractive scheme, and at the same time offers them employment pass to relocate their family here. So these are the very popular 13X and 13R scheme, and I think it was reported in the papers last year. Even as October last year, there was a total of about more than 200 single family offices set up already. Right, and on the other hand, there's another program under the Global Investor Program whereby there's a scheme whereby you're setting up a bigger family office, whereby the asset under management will be at least 200 million or more, whereby you can actually apply for PR directly for the family. So I think we have been kept very busy on both fronts, right? Whereby I think there's a lot of confidence from regional wealth and even international families looking to move here, and in the process set up family office here, basically move their kids here to the school, and as a result actually bank with our local banks and set up their family office. So I think this is actually a very clear trend that we are witnessing from the last 2 years, in fact, and I believe the trend will continue on this year as well.
Yeah, and that sounds like really good news for Singapore for us, right?
Absolutely.
So what's the function of this family offices you talk about? What's the concept of setting it up?
So basically the concept of family office is basically a structure whereby you use. So you see, like for example, a lot of successful entrepreneurs, right, business people, they have their own trading companies, manufacturing companies, right? Right. So the concept of family office is you set up a separate structure whereby you have a team of people who basically help you manage your wealth, right? So instead of having your people running your factories and all, you hire your own investment team, your risk analyst team, and so on and so forth, whereby the function of the family office will be basically to help the client grow their wealth and expand their wealth. Now, some of the bigger family offices that we have set up, whereby the headcount could even be up to 10% or more, then they could even have different functions, like investment function, family concierge function, tax and accounting function, and another department even doing philanthropy. So there's a wide spectrum. I mean, you could have the smaller ones whereby they just focus on investment, right up to the very large ones whereby it's actually multifaceted.
Right. And you mentioned earlier about the, if I catch it right, the 13X, 13R, right? What are the requirements under that?
So basically, if you're talking about the 13R scheme, which is quite popular with the local Singaporeans as well, right? But of course, where the Singaporeans are concerned, why they want to do a 13R, especially for the larger families whereby they have an investment portfolio, it actually offers you tax exemption for investments for specific income out of designated investments done by the family office. So tax exemption to the point whereby if you have an investment holding company that is basically trading bonds, trading equities and all that, the income generated is actually tax exempt. Right, so for 13R, there's no minimum fund size required, right? That you just need one investment manager, right? If you fit the structure whereby we can get exemption from fund manager license, you get the tax exemption. Right, so it's actually a process that we have to run with the MAS. But if you are doing the larger family office, which is a 13X scheme, then the minimum fund size is at least 50 million AUM. Then at least you need to have at least 3 investment managers, of which they can be family members. 13X appealed a lot more to the foreign clients who will use the 13X to actually set up a sizable family office and in the process give employment passes to various family members to help manage the single family office. Yeah. So I think I'm just giving you a very brief description of what the different requirements that is applicable under the various schemes and all that. That will be a very brief and quick snapshot of what the schemes entail.
Yeah, and that sounds like it's good for now. And probably my last question here is, how will setting up family offices impact the Singapore luxury property market?
So as you can well imagine, there are really 200 family offices set up as at October last year, right? And then it requires the family members to be based here in Singapore to run the family office. So on the one hand, definitely they'll be needing properties to rent, right? And especially for family offices, definitely they'll be looking at the luxury segment on the market, whether it be a condo to rent or even, I think we have read about record rentals recorded for GCBs, right? Done at 40, 50,000, I mean, more than, in fact, I think more than 40, 50,000 as well, right? On the one hand. On the other hand, frankly, you have some of these family offices that we see, they are quite happy, I mean, or rather they are not deterred by the ABSD, right? I mean, because if they are setting up family office here as part of their longer term plan needs and all that, even with the hefty 24%, they are quite willing to pay the 24% ABSD, right? And of course, I think recently, as been reported, Sentosa Cove has also seen a spike in transaction as well. So I think generally with the continued trend in single family offices, whereby you're going to have all this foreign money coming in, then I think definitely that will translate into transactions, whether it be rental or in terms of absolute purchases as well. Now, not to forget, if you're talking about the GIP scheme, whereby you set up 200 million AUM, where you get straight to PR, then I think definitely as a PR, as we are all well aware of, your stamp duty is only 9%. So that would definitely be a reason for them to consider buying a property as well. So definitely that will have positive impact on our luxury segment of the property market across the board.
Yeah, and again, that sounds like really good news for the team at Realstar, but I think for all of us in general, right, in Singapore.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, let's keep our fingers crossed. I mean, amidst the rather difficult conditions posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. But I'm sure with vaccines coming our way, I mean, hopefully the brighter days ahead.
Hopefully so, and we certainly all pray so. So once again, thank you very much, Mr. Sim, for your valuable insights, and we certainly look forward to more of your advice in time to come.
Thank you, Jeremy, and once again, congratulations to William and Realstar. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Sim. Thank you. See you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so that was once again Mr. Sim dishing out his valuable advice and his expertise on the property market. So speaking of that, now Realstar has made property hunting seamless with its very own app, Star App. So it offers the agents real-time and instant access to more than 75,000 landed properties in Singapore. So right now, I'm going to hand over the time to Jasmine and Eileen, who will share with you how Star App makes Realstar the best at what it does. So once again, we are celebrating Realstar's 20th anniversary, and I hope you're enjoying the event so far. The celebration is also raising funds for single parents who need all the support and help they can get. And your contribution will mean a lot to them. So do scan the QR code below to find out more or show your support. Now over to Jasmine and Eileen.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jasmine. Thank you for celebrating Realstar 20th anniversary with us today. Together with me is...
Hello, I'm Eileen. Jasmine and I are part of the sales team in Realstar. Jasmine, you have been in Realstar for many years. May I know what is your trade secret to success?
I have many secrets, Eileen, but one of the things that helped tremendously is our IT innovation. Thankfully, we have a very robust IT department that provides us with a very, very good tool, and that is the Star App.
Ah, yes. I used to subscribe to many different paid platforms to get the tools so that I can help my clients to find their dream homes. And thankfully, in Realstar, we have this quite powerful app, and there are many tools in this app. But which one do you use? Which one do you think is good for you in your sales?
Yes, I'd like to talk about this Real Pro. It's our latest IT innovation. It's an integrated app that actually helps agents to access information. Almost every information, it's just one click away, and I really love this. Let me show you. So we're in this Real Pro. You just have to type in the unit number, the address that you wanted to, show. And there you go, 33 Shelford Road. And there we are, you know, right on this page, you will see all the features, the photos I'll show you in the gallery, which you can actually present to your client, and all the information, the specs like the land size, the built-up area, price, number of rooms, and the description is all in there. It's so convenient. So when I'm on site with a client, it's really useful. And right at the bottom, you can see the icon under maps, which I like to use this to show the lot dimension. There you go. I think it's very useful for a landed agent because the buyers will like to see the land shape, you know, the frontage, the depth of the plot. And this is really a very useful tool, and I really feel that I'm really a landed specialist here. And the next feature is the URA transaction at the bottom, which will actually display the transactions along Shelford Road for the past 3 years. And not only that, it's even along District 11 for the past 1 year. So every information you need is just right in this Real Pro. I really, really love this, and it really helps me a lot along my career. Yes, and what about you, Eileen?
Among the many tools that I kind of like to use prop locator. Let me show you. Here you see the dashboard for the agent tools. Let's say, just say I am having coffee with my client and I want to show her all the properties Realstar has access to. So you can see the blue blinking dot, that is where I am right now. And the big gray circle is a 1 kilometer radius from the blue blinking dot. And the little colorful icons appearing inside the gray circle are the properties that Realstar has access to. The purple dot IT stands for inter-terraces. The pink dot corner CT stands for corner terraces. The green dot SD stands for semi-D. And the blue dot letter D is for the detached or bungalows. I can also move the blinking blue dot to other areas to show more choices. For example, if my client wants to see what is available in Goodman Estate, first I will zoom out to see where I want to go. And then I will bring the blue blinking dot to the estate. And then zoom in to see what is available. Let's just see. Let's say she is looking for a semi-D near to amenities. You see the green dot SD along Wilkinson Road? I will click on that. Voila. All the details of 7 Wilkinson Road pops up. Very useful. Alternatively, I can search by typing in the location. Let's say Tao Nan School. Here we go. The houses available within 1 km of the school. We can also search by using the filter. Filter by property type, price range, and land size. Honestly, I haven't seen a more powerful tool than this.
Wow, absolutely. I really love this features, this app so much, and we have only got so much to share today, and we are constantly improving our app and features, and I'm so excited about it. All right, back to Jeremy.
Okay, thank you very much, Jasmine and Eileen. Thank you. So right now, so firstly, thanks for the great introduction to the app. And thank you to all the speakers who have joined us today, to you in front of the screen, and thanks for staying with us. So right now comes the exciting part and also the final part of the afternoon, the lucky draw. So 3 lucky winners will get an elegant wine set from Realstar, while 2 extra lucky winners will walk away with finely selected art pieces from leading contemporary art gallery, O2 Art. So thank you, O2 Art, for sponsoring the items. So here's a very quick intro to O2 Art and where the top prizes of today's lucky draw come from. Let's have a look.
Apart from just being an art gallery, 𝐸𝐻 has been providing art consultancy for hotels, developers, and also to homeowners. A lot of homeowners want the artwork that they collect to be integrated with their home design. And the art chosen should reflect the taste and personality of the homeowner. The interior design of this Marina One penthouse is very sophisticated. An international range of artists have been selected as well to reflect the metropolitan character of the homeowner. Well, I have some advice on how to choose art for your home. Number one, learn about the artist. Artwork is so personal, you're going to look at it every day. So it is very important that you understand and you enjoy, apart from aesthetically, that you can connect with the artwork when you look at it every day. So point two would be to consider the size of the artwork and where you're going to put it. You can always be creative and fun in the way you display your artwork. You may consider putting on a bench or on a TV ledge. Don't always have to put it at the center of the wall. You can always put it off tangent so that it can give a space, more breathing space. Point three would be to pick the right piece of artwork for the right space. So for a living area, when you want it to have a bit more character, you can put pieces of artwork that is a bit more statemental. So be fun in the way you display your artworks. If you look at this David Bromley, it's an oversized 2-meter artwork. And when you walk into the show flat, it makes the space look bigger than what it actually is. An art collection can be ever evolving and a reflection of your life's journey. And in a way, the art in your home can evolve over the years too and change together as your family grows.
Thank you very much for that, Ode to Art. And that's great advice for choosing art pieces for your home. So right now, we will spin the wheel and we will review the 3 winners who will receive the Realstar's wine set. So let me just make sure that you can see the wheel. Perfect. So again, right now we're spinning for 3 lucky winners who will each walk away with a Realstar wine set. And if you are ready, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the Wheel of Fortune and spin for our very first winner. So right now, the first winner for our Realstar wine set is Mr. Muhammad, and apologize I couldn't pronounce your name at the back, but congratulations to you, and we'll reach out to you in due time, so congratulations. Okay, now we have 2 more winners for Realstar's wine set. So let's go back to the wheel once again, and let's go for the second winner of our Realstar wine set. And the winner is Stan Lim. Mr. Stan Lim, congratulations. You are now the lucky draw winner of a Realstar wine set. And that's our second winner for this. And right now, moving on to the third winner for our Realstar wine set. Let's spin the wheel. Let's go. And the third winner is Mrs. Chan. Congratulations, Mrs. Chan. You walk away with a Realstar wine set as well. And now to wrap up for the evening, we have two more lucky draw prizes, and this is going to be really exciting, all right? Two art pieces up for grabs from O2 Art. First one is a limited edition sculpture by 𝐻𝐭, 风中的童话, Fairy Tales in the Wind, as you can see behind me. It is worth up to $3,200, and only 99 pieces are available in the world. Each piece is numbered and signed by the artist. Now, the second prize is a wall installation called Duck by American artist David Krakoff. It's worth $3,900 and is also signed by the artist. So who will be our lucky winners for today? So let's go back to the wheel. And right now we are going to spin for the winner who will walk away with the sculpture by 𝐻𝐭, 风中的童话, Fairy Tales in the Wind. Wheel of Fortune, let's spin it. Very exciting. So let's see who is going to be the lucky winner for our very first limited edition sculpture. Tan Ping Song. Congratulations to Tan Ping Song. You are the lucky winner of the sculpture. And it's going to be, I'm sure it's going to look lovely in your place. All right. Fantastic. And now for the final winner tonight, so rather today, we have a wall installation called Duck. And if you're ready, let's spin the wheel and let's see who's our final winner for today. Who's walking away with this wall installation, Duck by American artist David Krakoff. And the winner is Miss Helena Goh. Congratulations to Miss Helena Goh. I'm really, really happy for you today, and I hope you really enjoy this art piece given to you, or rather you have won. Congratulations to all our winners today, and I think you are all winners in your very own rights. So before we close the day, do note that the fundraising for single parents will run all the way to 31st of Jan, so you will still have the opportunity to show your support. So do visit rayofhope.sg/campaign/Realstar or scan the QR code below for more information. So once again, thank you very much for being here with us and supporting our event and supporting Realstar. Our success today is truly possible because of you. So once again, thank you, and we wish you a pleasant evening and a blessed year ahead. Thank you, and see you again. Bye-bye.